Are you tired of being a bitch? Well, you should be, because it's fucking cringe, bro. So let me help you with that. This is Necro build. Let's see. It's pretty basic. It's kind of the no-brain kind of thing. I mean, instead of the very popular DK one-button smash build, in this build, you're unfortunately going to have to be using two buttons. That's going to be the L1 and the R1, and then swap bars, and then R1 a lot. Let's see. So I use Orzorga's, which is definitely not the order I just said I'd go in. Orzorga's is, I don't know. I like higher stand bars, so I'm not a super fan of it, but you do need some of the mag recovery that comes with it as well, because you are using 4 mag skills in the back bar, and one of your burst heals is mag. Let's see. So then we got inventory, Master's Great Sword, Perfected, Precise. You definitely want to go for crit. I mean, that's just where we are in the game right now. It's been that way for years. I got Resto Staff in the back bar. I don't have any Resto Staff abilities. It's just for the easy contact and a heavy attack. So it's like basically that or a Lightning Staff, I would say, just to build ult while you're like up top waiting for a bomb or something. So I'm in VD and Dark Con right now, which is all light. Which means, you may notice, your movement speed is going to suffer without having any medium. Plague is another option that I like, Plague and Dark Con. I'm not running that currently because I don't know why exactly, actually. But that's always a good option. So we got Balorgs and Balorg's Pauldrons, which that should definitely not be reinforced. Don't worry about it. You're gonna go basically 3 Impen and 4 Divines. That's what I would go with. And then in the jewelry, it's do the ones with mag recovery glyphs, just for that extra little mag recovery. And then I got infused blood. I got 2 infused and 1 bloodthirsty. Usually on these cleave builds, I like to go like 1 triune or maybe 1 robust or something like that, just the extra cleave bar. But I went with infused on these because it's probably all that I had. And it works out just fine. I mean, at this point, it's not going to make much of a difference. The extra stam from a robust would probably be, I mean, it'd be equivalent in damage, and you'd have an extra 800 stamina. So it's down to personal choice at that point. So then I got stam and health at 24 and 40 respectively. I've been bitten by a vampire, but I'm not a vampire. So yeah, there's the smoked bear haunch. I'm using thief, and yeah. So before we get into skills, I'm going to go into champion bar really quick. So there's a few big ones here to have. Fighting finesse, crit damage, that's important. Master at Arms, direct damage, that's cleave and pretty much everything. Binding Aura, that's also your AoE. Cleave counts as an AoE. Plus smash and all that stuff. And then another one that I really probably shouldn't be showing other people, but it's this one right here, Riposte. When you block an attack from an enemy within 7 meters, your next direct damage attack made within 5 seconds deals 33% additional damage. I will show you why that's important. Next over here, you want to have Bastion as your main one. That's probably the most important one to have. Increases your damage shield effectiveness by 15% and your damage against shielded enemies. It's Necrom. Every goddamn person has a shield. So, 15% damage bonus. Perfect. It's free DPS from a red tree. Slottable. So, and then I think over here I just have the other... Okay, so I have Boundless Vitality, Rejuvenation. I'm not doing Fortified because I don't know, I took it off for, let's see. Yeah, Sustain by Suffering. Because my Sustain gets rough. When you're good and you use a lot of skills, you have bad Sustain. That is, especially now that the game works. And you're not... I may have been able to do it without Sustain by Suffering back whenever you'd have to click a button 3 times for it to actually go off. So you weren't casting skills as quickly, but with the way it is now, you definitely need it. And then Green Trees is whatever you want it to be. So as far as skills go, let's go with back bar first. Back bar, I use Challenge Acceleration. A lot of people use the other more for this because it gives you the move. You can get out of snares and stuff like that. But it only lasts for 30 seconds, that version does, maybe 25, and you only get like 3 seconds of speed. Not a fan of that. I like this one because I can get all of that out of Forward Momentum, everything that the other skill offers. but also have a minute long, um, you know, minor force along with 12 seconds of major expedition. It is a channel, so it does kind of suck at some points, but you do it in the prep work, and then you got 12 seconds of speed, which is long enough for a bomb. Summoner's Armor, this isn't the one that pulls. This is the other one. Spirit Guardian, you want the one that lasts longer and transfers away 10% of the damage you take. Volcanic Ruin, I said ruin, it's rune. That's a given for pulling, obviously. Although that is my flex spot, honestly. I would say, out of anything, if you want to put on blast belts or something on the back bar, that's where you'd put it. It's not... Almost every single time I pull with Colossus, because there's no other reason not to. I mean, you're hardly going to get kills without having a Colossus down, unless it's really, special situation. So we got Resolving Vigor as well. That just gives you extra... It's good heal and gives you your extra resistances. And then obviously Smash, which right now beats out pretty much every other damage ultimate, I want to say, in short burst. Because I'm not even buffed up, and there it is, 9.1 over 3 times. And then it stuns them at the end. That's why you want to go with this one as well. Because even people that you may have missed, or maybe they didn't get pulled on the initial thing, but their movability runs out at the end, and then they get stunned anyways in the big AoE of it all. Then Mage Vulnerability, obviously. Everyone knows what Smash does at this point. So the front bar, Necrotic Potency. And this is the bar you're not going to change at all. This is exactly what you need to have. Necrotic Potency. Obviously, sap corpses. I mean, pretty straightforward. 6 ultimate. 4 momentum. Best skill in the game. Gives you everything you need, basically, for stam. And it lasts 40 seconds. Resistant Flesh. Obviously, just your burst heal. Sometimes, if I'm really low on, like if I have no stam or something, or I'm running low on stamina, I know I need it, I will use this just to put the debuff on myself, so it'll proc sustain by suffering and give me that extra 150 recovery. Camo Hunter, that is just to have the prophecy and savagery on the front bar to get my crit up. Plus, it's nice for Night Blades, obviously. Then Brawler. Brawler obviously goes up dramatically in damage. And plus Brawler, the huge shield is just, I mean, you're going to stay alive a lot better. Like if you're stuck in a negate, there you go. Just Brawler your way out of it. Then Dawnbreaker, obviously, you barely ever get to use Dawnbreaker. Actually, almost never. Then as far as passives go, I mean, I'll just give you a quick thing down the line. Basically just everything. I don't have Resto. I think my Resto stuff wasn't even leveled up all the way yet. But, yeah, anyways, let's ignore that. So one thing that I was going to say, I think I may have already said it, but your movement speed is a lot slower on the Necro whenever you're running BD, because you don't have the agility passive. No, athletic passives. And make sure, of course, your alchemy is leveled up all the way so you get longer move pot effects. Speaking of which, Slaughterables. Let me just grab that really quick. I use Tristat sometimes. Not often. But a move pot's basically your main thing. You have stam, health, and moves. Okay. Rotation-wise, here's what you're going to do. And I'll show clips, basically, of how this is going to work and run down. But here's your buffing channeled. That just go right down the middle. Do a Vigor to give you your resistance buff as well. Make sure you have momentum up. If you want that debuff, you go and use your heal. So you're going to go in, and this is going to be a little hard, but basically, smash, swap bars, and spam R1 a lot. You can try and light attack weave and all that, but I mean in Cyrodiil, it's, pretty inconsistent at best. So, another thing to look out for right now, see my Mender and my resistance buff there. So if you're trying to get ultimate quickly, obviously keep your light attacks going and all that. But then whenever your buffs here get to 7 seconds each, you can drop them, and use your necrotic potency to absorb them. So again, once they get down to 7 seconds, always do that. There's probably I use 7 as like a guide. You can probably do 8 and it'll work. Yeah, so 8 would work as well. I think it's like 40% of their time left, but I always just kind of aim for 7 or 8. This just keeps you going, keeping you ultimate throughout the fights and stuff. So after trying to do this voiceover 2 times while having my mic muted, I now realize that I am now currently unmuted and it's showing that I am actually talking. So good job, me. So yeah, here's what it's going to look like in actual situations. So you're going to corral them all up here. You want to have more than half a stand bar before going in, because you got to block whenever you go and block, cast, or proc your riposte. So I'm going to do here, now that I have my orb, I'm going to drop my smash, swap bars, block, cast, and spam cleave, or brawler. The block is going to proc riposte, which gives me 33% more on a smash hit, or a whatever hit, or a cleave. Once they all die, if it's all nice and safe, you can start sucking in the bodies to get even more ult. You can only pull 6 bodies at a time, I think, so you can't, if you get a bigger pop than 6, it's going to take a second to get them all. It's a couple casts. I wouldn't do it if you have to keep moving. If you have to keep moving, just keep running. Maybe you can be lucky to get 1 off, but that's probably 45 ult that you get back from it. So yeah, we're just trying to stay alive here. I think there's a couple more situations where we go out and hit that I can kind of walk you through as well, because they're not all the same. So I think Blunt's going to come out here and smash, and I don't think I can block in this one. Yeah, so if if it's something that you get there late to, obviously you're not going to be blocking. Blocking is not going to do anything because no one's going to be hitting you. So they're coming back in on us again here. I think they just got pulled by me by accident. I think. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But it gets hairy, obviously. Make sure you keep your buffs up. Make sure you keep vigor, all that stuff relatively up so you have your resolve buffs. So I'm pushing out again. I'm going to pull a lot here, but only get like 5 or 6 kills, unfortunately. And then I have to get back inside. So I barely get a chance to... I have to make sure I'm fairly safe before I can go for the Siphon, which I thought I was, and then obviously I got hit with the proc. There's so much on the ground you can't even see what's going on. So I think I'm about to go down here. But yeah, that's basically what you're going to do in actual content. It's fairly easy. Just smash and do those things, like I said. If you have any questions, don't bother. I won't answer. Goodbye.